Hey guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much. I'm very appreciative of those subscriptions. They greatly help the channel, so thank you. And I'm sorry to my Patreon subscribers for skipping September's Patreon submissions. I just lost all of September. I didn't get the fire signs done. And now we're midway through, so it's like, what's the point? So I do apologize for that. I also want to say thank you. A couple shout outs to Megan, to Vicky, and to somebody else is waiting on a private reading. And I want to say thank you to all of you for booking those private readings. I am going to be doing those over the next couple of days. So, Vicky, I will be doing yours this morning, right after I do this daily. So expect to see that in your email soon. And so those of you that buy private readings, thank you so very much. Those also greatly help the channel. If you're interested in a private reading, please check out the drop-down menu underneath the videos on the dailies. In there is how to reach me via my social medias to ask any questions, how to send payment via PayPal. All of that information is there for you, okay? Also some things just to think about. So if you're new to me, please read that drop-down menu just to kind of understand the purpose of this channel. This is a broad spectrum reading for all signs. It's meant for you when you see it. It is originally created for the day of Saturday. Wow, we're already at the 18th. God, this month is flying by. I'm going to need to start doing, I don't know, cloning or something. Saturday the 18th. It's not solely set for that date. It is available to you when you see it. So utilize the message rather than the date. But for those of you that tune in regularly, we are building off of all of the readings previous. And you guys understand that. So let's get into these cards and see what's going on. What do the cards want us to know? What would be the messages sort of maybe from spirit? That could be, energies that are out there and available to us. So let's see what's going on. What is our card today? Oh, and here it is. Our friend Justice is back. Again, this dog is looking extremely happy to me. I don't know why. I feel like all is right in the world with Justice. As a rule, with the Justice card, it's not necessarily... it's not a good thing or a bad thing. Usually I view Justice kind of, it's a picture of a woman holding a sword, right? She's associated with Libran energy, which is the intellect, the mind, thoughts, communications, things of that nature. She usually indicates, the truth coming out, balance being restored, people being validated or vindicated, rights being wrongs being righted, sort of thing. To me, this feels like all's right in the universe. I don't know why. It's that happy black and white dog behind the scales. We do see the scales representing that Libran energy, that kind of, maybe methodical thought or keeping a clear perspective. We see the schnauzers representing light and dark, good and bad, polarities that we deal with all of the time, but them being in balance. I feel like this card is telling us all should be right in the world. We did have that Six of Wands, the Six of Wands yesterday, the Eight of Wands, which is a positive movement, forward movement card. Yes, we looked at this week with a death and a couple of letting go, sort of shifting, changing moments. But I really feel like this is something that's very right on the money and good. Now, underneath this, underpinning from our Sunday reading, for the energy of the week was Ace of Swords. Again, also that air energy. Our brains, guys, our thoughts should be clear, concise, fair, honest. That would be also the Judgment card to me. There'd be a fairness and an honesty to this energy. Judgment is a big card. It's major arcana, so there should be all's right in your world right now. And I'm hoping that's the case. For those of you that have struggled this week with some of those death cards and letting go and the shifting and changing that was happening towards the midweek, now we should feel kind of the stabilization of that energy and things being put back into a place of maybe normalcy, understanding. They might be shifted a little bit, right? Or our perceptions may have changed. That would be that Ace of Swords energy underneath this. But we're coming back into balance with that, ideally emotionally and mentally, and we're ready to like sort of prepare to handle the day, to make any choices we need to make decisions around what we need to make them around. Does that make sense? And honestly, when I look at this card, this dog's eyes are shut, which is very much a justice symbology, right? Because the woman is usually sort of blind or can't be seen. You know, she can't see. But to me, this feels like there's a positivity in that. In other words, we're not going to get involved in other people's bullshit or their drama, right? Like we know what's true for us. We know our truth, whatever that may be. Now, if that truth is within a situation where we've been arguing or fighting with somebody or at odds with them, in a debate with them or challenged by them, justice to me feels like we are freed from that in a very profound way, in a way that empowers us and in a way that allows us to sort of be like, you know what? I see what you're doing. I get who you are. I don't have to partake or I don't have to be involved. I don't have to sing to that level. You can be where you're at and I can be where I'm at, and all is right in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Or at least all is right in my world. I do love that sun that is above the dog's head. To me, that speaks to, you know, a new day is dawning, a new perception is dawning. We also get that sort of reflection in that Eight of Wands energy that should be under this. So if our thoughts have cleared around a situation, if we have a new perception around how things are going or where things are heading, take it, run with it, and use that to be your guide today. Your judgment should be very clear, concise, and trusted, right? So that's also a key point to all of this, is we can trust what we think is going on, how we see it, or how it feels to us, and make our decisions according to that, right? And be always, you know, from that place of fairness, you know, well-adjusted, all of that sort of stuff, because that to me is what justice would represent. Now, here is the Oracle card. It is Focus, the Sacred Journey Markers, card number 33. Now, this is our second master number that we've seen, 33. Threes to me are about collaboration as a rule. 33 are successful collaboration, you know, through coming together. Focus is, okay, so what is it that we want and how is it that we want it? Justice is here to prevail, to allow us to like have the mental focus and acuity to get it, right? And even though there's a path here, and yesterday we saw that mystery card, right, where things maybe weren't as formed or as clear, today I think maybe that's not the case anymore, right? Maybe we have a better, clearer idea of what's right in our world or what needs to be in place in our world, and we can go about affecting that and making that change, using that focus to move ourselves through the very forest that we see here in the focus card, right? So that those trees could be representational or symbolic of, you know, other people, their issues, their expectations, their needs. Do we need to partake in that? Not if we don't want to. Justice says, no way, not today, Satan. You know what I mean? Like, and the 33 to me is that sort of spiritual mastery of like, oh, you're having a fit? Well, you enjoy that fit. I'm going to be over here doing me and being okay. Right? So we don't have to get involved in all of that sort of stuff. We are very clear, concise on what works for us, what is our truth, and what is, you know, right for us. If we're not receiving that, if we're not giving that to ourselves through this justice card, we certainly, which I think we are, because this card is like focus, so that should be where our focus is. We should be precise. We should be considering all aspects so that we can weigh out the good from the bad and give equal opportunity to all of it, but not allow it to stop us. Does that make sense? But if we're not, maybe we're receiving this justice from the outside universe or environment around us, take it and allow it to be a gift, and allow it to give you the sort of the focus and the spiritual mastery, the ease with which to like move along your journey now or your course now, even if the trees may still be there, even if there may be, you know, a little bit of, what's the word, like white noise or challenges along the way. The path is clear in front of us as long as we maintain that focus, keep that sort of spiritual mastery, that higher perspective, that clearer mind, the clearer emotions, and utilize it, right? So we should feel extremely empowered. I love that we saw Justice at the beginning of the week and we're seeing her again at the end of the week. So that's a really nice kind of hello and goodbye for the week. Now let's look at the grounding stone. And okay, it's on malachite, which is associated with the heart chakra or the fourth chakra. The word is inspiration. Again, the way I always tie this word in is the sort of the word root in this to me is spirit, right? Because we see inspiration, right? So how do we take our inspiration and make it manifest through our focus, through what we know to be right, through our maintaining that sort of clear-minded and clear feelings that the Justice card would represent, right? Taking care of ourselves first and foremost, doing what's right by ourselves, and honoring everything that's around us is fully acceptable. Following our inspirations, our desires, the things that we want, being focused on them, leads us to the spiritual mastery of the 33, right? We're allowed to do that. That's actually why we're here on the planet. I also love that the spirit stone or inspiration stone that we're seeing here matches the green around the focus card. We should be focusing on anything and everything that turns us on, lights us up, excites us at that sort of deeper spiritual level. It should also trigger within our mind with the Justice card and within our emotions. We see that cup and that sword in the Justice card. So those are very much in balance today. Those should feel very much clear, concise, and working in our favor. Remember, the whole thing about this is the underpinning stone for this week was that idea of respect. Inspiration, seeking out that inspiration, challenge, focusing on it, going after it with abandon in a way, or like without abandon. I don't know when the right way to say that is, but like not holding back and going after the thing that inspires us personally for the right reasons doesn't require a lot of thought, right? We just do it. And that in a way is a form of respecting ourselves, and then thus we're actually respecting sort of the universe, the environment, and everything around us, because that's really the purpose that's how nature works. A plant doesn't grow. A plant just does what it needs to do to survive and be happy and healthy and all of that, right? Animals do the same. It's naturally intrinsic in them. It's part of the natural world. We as humans, we're a little bit more complicated because we have egos and things of that nature, but we are part of that grand scheme. So living in that place of being respectful to ourselves first and foremost, and then to everybody else, and following our inspiration, using our focus to do so, and attaining that like from a place of not only our intelligence but our emotions is exactly what we're here to do. Enjoy this day. It should be highly favored, So this is really good energy and a beautiful reading to end out the week. I will see you guys tomorrow with the new weekly for the underpinning energy. I thank you all for tuning in. Thank you so very much. Please hit the thumbs up button and share the video out. Leave a question or comment and subscribe to the channel if you're new to me. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. And again, thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.